Hello, my name is Del Salvador. I'm very tired and welcome back to Collective. Jesus. My name is Del Salvador and this is Kessoku Band with Kessoku Band, subtitled. Now, here's the thing. This is not a soundtrack. This is an album. This is a song album. And I need to, let me explain. Because I feel like it's worth noting what the heck, just what the heck is going on here. Uh, reference, whatever. I feel like it's noting what the hell is going on here before we actually get into the music, because I feel like it does matter, and it's really, I think it's noteworthy to note. It's interesting at least. Bocchi the Rock was an anime that released last year, almost a year ago now, which is unfortunately that's unfortunately true. It does not feel like a year's passed, but whatever. It's an anime about Bocchi, a girl in the pink tracksuit, and it's about two things: her trying to start a band, and also her trying to get over her crippling social anxiety. And by the end of the show, in the finale episode, the first half of the show is actually just a concert at their high school, and they play I think 3 songs. There's a solo here or there, and then it's just the last half of the episode, and that's kind of the climax of the show. And this song album is not the soundtrack. It's not the background music during the show. This is basically framed as this is the album that they'd go on to make after the show is ended. And on this song album, you know, there's the opening credit song, the full version of it, ending credit song, full version, some insert songs, and then half the album is like new songs that are not in the show. They're actually songs. Again, they're not background, you know, ambient stuff you'd find it in for a soundtrack. It's like, actual, songs with lyrics and, such like that. And I feel like that's just from a marketing standpoint, from a lot of things, just really ingenious because people relate to and develop emotional attachments to music. Same for certain media, for certain shows or movies or such. And when you have shows like this where the character development and the writing is so good and it's just done so well, where you actually, during the process of the show, you get to know these characters and feel for and root for these characters. It's very interesting that they've combined these two very different mediums or industries, I guess, the music industry and, songs on the album, and the anime industry or TV or whatever, and, a television show. And they've kind of combined these things because it's merch, but it's not like a poster or a t-shirt or like a button. It's an album of songs, and they're actually like really good. Like it's a proper album. Like it really is. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you notice my uploads here and there, I am into anime. I'm into Japanese music a lot. I feel like I feel like at least in our Western music scene, it's been kind of the same for a while. I feel like we stopped trying to innovate for a good while. In the metal scenes all kind of sounded the same for about a decade or so. And then with rock, it's all kind of, things trying to reference older stuff. Or, it's a very rose tinted glasses kind of thing. Now, I don't think we've done anything new in a long time. I can say, definitely, even in the grander scope of things, this stands out as its own sound. It almost reminds me of Russian things, how it's a mix, because the drums are mixed really well, the bass is mixed really well, the guitars, vocals, it's all mixed very well, and you can hear them and identify them very separately. But that being said, they don't sound isolated like certain songs, but like I can tell you for sure the drum playing on this album and the bass playing and the guitar playing, like especially the bass, everything, but especially the bass is insanely well played. Like a lot. Like the bass shines out a lot on a lot of the songs. I like the bass tone and just all the runs they're doing. Like it is, like it's almost slightly progressive, slightly, but it's just pop rock heavy. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not hard rock, it's not pop rock, but it's kind of in between. I always like Japanese pop rock rather than our pop rock. Because our pop rock, like Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, stuff like that, it's more pop. And then their pop rock is more rock. So you have, like, it's more emphasis on the band rather than, like, electronics and stuff. And I don't feel like you have that a lot here. And even in the context of this, right? Like, there's not a lot of bands I've heard that sounded like this, really. Um, so, that all said, how good is the album? It's complicated. It's not bad, but it's not good either. And it's one of those tricky albums where half the album is really good, like really, really good. The other half is not so good. I can definitely say half the songs on here, like Seisyun Complex, Distortion, that band, a lot of the songs on here, are really good songs themselves. Like, like they're good to jam to, they're good to listen, like they're just catchy songs. And the playing is amazing. And then the other half of the songs, the playing is still amazing, the mixing is still amazing, but they're just not good songs themselves. So I wouldn't revisit them a lot, but at least the quality is consistent throughout the entire thing. So, like, give it some points. Because, like, the songs that aren't good are not terrible or a chore to listen to. They're just not ones that revisit. But they're still doing some interesting things. And they're, sorry. They're still worth being on here to some extent. Seisyun Complex, the opening of the opening credits show for the anime. Um, really good song. There's a lot of detail in these compositions, like the bass doing all its runs and the drums doing its, stopping, starting, all the fills and stuff. Like, there's a lot of moving parts to this, a lot of little mini solos here and there. But very detailed song. Hitoribocchi Tokyo, similar thing. I feel like it's not as good as, let's say, the first track or Distortion, the third track, but it's still pretty good. It's a tiny bit of a step down, not a lot. Distortion is great. It is the ending track. It is the ending credit song for the anime. Really great. A lot more upbeat. Then you have a bunch of songs: Secret Base, Guitar Loneliness, and The Blue Planet. I Can't Say Love Song, etc., etc. A lot of other songs in between that just are not good. It seems like filler. It seems like they're spacing out the good songs with other songs that just aren't as good. That band is probably the heaviest track on this album, and it's, again, a lot of detail, really good. There's a lot less space compositionally, like in Seisyun Complex, but songs like Distortion and that band have a lot more. There's a lot more going on, and it's very constant, very wall of sound-esque kind of. The Little C is also an alright song. If I'm thinking of the right song, it starts off kind of quiet and it kind of builds up into the last half or so. Really nice. What Is Wrong With has a very, very, very interesting like intro, like verse, I guess. It's not the verse, not the chorus, it's like the bridge, I guess. The intro, verse, bridge. Sorry, intro, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus. It's like the intro, bridge. It's hard to explain. It's very interesting. The point is, it feels like the key is like waving. It's not quite minor key, not quite major key. It's really hard to explain, but it's a very odd feeling. It like pulls you the same way that like a minor key does, where it feels kind of eerie or so, but it's not. It's really, really interesting. But that's kind of the only good part of the song, and then some of the background vocals, to be honest. But like the back and forth. But even just checking out that intro alone, it's very, very interesting. Never Forget, another one of those songs where it's just going for it, not a lot of space, a lot more upbeat. Really incredible bridge after the solos. If I Could Be a Constellation, also you have a lot of the intro riff, lots of space, kind of like Seisyun Complex. The bass doing a lot of cool runs, the drums doing a lot of cool fills. Really good song there. Flashback, or the second last track, is a nice, it's like Hitoribocchi Tokyo, um, or sorry, it's like yeah, and my brain is flatlining. It's like that song where it's not great, but it's not as good as the other songs, but still really good. It's a bit of a slower song. Um, it, it's weird because there's parts where it's basically raining blood by Slayer, but like major key, I guess, but it's like kind of bottom bottom kind of thing going on. But it's really interesting in that approach, I guess, because it's a very metal composition, but it doesn't come across metal at all, at least in that part. But they're kind of metal style riffs, I guess. Then the last track, Rock and Roll Morning Light Falls, and it was kind of, it's whatever. It's another slow song, but it's kind of boring. And honestly, if you're gonna listen to this album, just listen to you can listen to the whole thing if you want, but because there might be some songs that I just don't understand, but because songs like Guitar Loneless and The Blue Planet are apparently good songs. People like them. I just didn't really like them myself. So maybe you would, but I can tell you for sure that Seisyun Complex and Hitoribocchi Tokyo, Distortion, that band, Karakara, The Little C, Never Forget, If I Could Be Constellation, and Flashbacker. Those are the songs that are worth your time. And that little intro part with What Is Wrong With. I think that's the right one. Let me check for just a second. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this review, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. It's not terrible, it's not bad, but it's not amazing either. But it kind of is both. It's really odd to explain that. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know if you are the type of people to be watching all my videos, but I definitely suggest you do, because the whole base of this channel is about like discovering new music and all that kind of stuff, and me promoting some music that definitely deserves some recognition. So if you want to get into some new music, you've come to the right place. That's what my channel is all about. So if you want to check my other videos, feel free. If you want to subscribe, go ahead, hit the like. If you want to do that, go ahead, like if you like. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah.